see a participant from last year's playoff, the Ole Miss Rebels, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Miami Hurricanes. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Rebels will boot it away to start the game. He'll bring it out. It's Patterson. Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even, bringing it out of the end zone. Gets the back moving. He never had a chance to get it to the edge, and first play of the game, and you're already behind the sticks.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. He's moving out of the pocket. Great protection, and down the middle it goes. Finds a spot in the middle. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
And that's the dangerous part about this offense, man. They'll get the ball out to a receiver. They can do that. They can make plays after the catch. Hard to bring down, hard to tackle. That's why this offense can be so explosive.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Toss sweep to the right. Got a little space. Turning it on. He's stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11.
Tell you what, when the ball's tossed on the perimeter really quickly, you got to take really good angles. When I'm a safety and I'm spinning down, I'm trying to catch that guy. He's got so much space out there now. I don't have a lot of help from my defensive tackle.
And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
And I think that time he was trusting his pocket awareness and his arm a little bit too much. You've got to remember, you're one of the best athletes in the country playing the position. If you see a crease, you've just got to take off and get it.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Looking left. It's complete. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Miami. They get set for the point afters. We have the first score of the game.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
On the run, it's Green. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run. Guys, let's take a minute and talk about Ole Miss. Safe to say expectations have not been met. When you start a season in the top 5, you expect to contend for a playoff spot. Now they're sitting there unranked. What about just overhauling the whole program if they can't get this thing fixed?
Well, yes, and it's hard, man. It's hard when you start that high and then something happens and it starts to snowball. Momentum is a powerful thing. These are young kids, Jesse, and they got to find a way to swing that momentum.
They've had some tough losses, obviously some key injuries, but they need to win in the worst way possible. They have got to find a way to right the ship.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Quarterback extends the play. Gets rid of it. He's got an open man. Gets away from one, finds room. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Defense there to make the stop after a pickup of 2 to the 30.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
The give to the back. They make the stop, but he got work done on the ground, picking up 6 to the 23.
Just a simple power play. Again, not sexy, run the ball up the middle. Physicality, offensive line gets to assert themselves, run block, which they love to do. This pays dividends down the road in the fourth quarter.
The Rebels lining up, just needing a few tough inches on third down. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Trying to make magic with his feet. Steps out of bounds just inside the 20. They'll mark him down at the 18.
There's nothing more annoying defensively than this. You got a guy bottled up, great coverage, boom. He escapes out of it, pulls a rabbit out of a hat. Next thing you know, he scrambles, gets a first down. Now I got a new set of problems I got to deal with.
Defense there to stop him after he picked up a yard. Ball's at the 17.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
He'll be run out of bounds at the 14.
And that's a really good job by this defense because remember, when the quarterback runs, now you got an extra blocker because he's not just handing it off and standing there, and they still did a good job at the point of attack, kind of strung it along and made him run out of bounds.
Here on third down for this offense. From the gun, wants to pass. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up.
Men don't break by the defense, right? They've allowed a lot of big plays, but here in the red zone, great job in coverage on that third down. Now, the offense is in an interesting situation.
They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on fourth down. Nestled just inside that right upright. That'll bring him to within 4.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Off to a good start here, and back to work now with a 7-3 lead. Caught over the middle. It's Mitchell. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
That's the type of explosive play you love to start a drive with. First down from the 42. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
The play action fake. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
Might be calling a hot route. Fires left. How about a little rhythm that you can tap your toe to on that throw and catch for the first down?
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon. There's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Rides the back on the option to give. Passes sticks him still on his feet. Breaks into the open. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
And option football is so hard to defend. It basically becomes assignment football. It's almost like basketball where you say, I got him, you got him. Defensive ends a lot of times have to play the quarterback. And once the quarterback pitches it, a lot of times it's the alley defender next who has to come up and make those plays. Those options really stress them.
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Hurricane. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Tough to beat in action, gentlemen. You know that. And let's take a look at the highlights. Akron is ahead in this one, but unlike the days of Charlie Fry, this offense is not capable of scoring points every single time it sees the ball. They're up by 7 over the Red Hawks of Miami. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this meeting in the MAC.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Gets it to him on the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
When they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field, you saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though. How quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
And the Rebels trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Going to swing it on second down. Going to take a shot. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. The incomplete pass brings up third down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He's got some space. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 48.
And on the third play of the drive, third down, it's the scrambling ability of this quarterback that goes and picks up the first down. He was so calm back there. He never got flustered. Nobody open, no problem. If you give this guy 1 yard to run, he's going to tuck it and take off, and that's exactly what happened there.
Moving away from pressure. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Miami is on top. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. First play of the period will be a second down. On the ground, it's Hill. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
The Rebels are rolling down the field. They've been running it, but now the pass. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
You know, I love defensive ends that are active and violent with their hands. Great job fundamentally by that DN getting that sack.
And the Rebels have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Got it behind the line. It's Bradley. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Buys a little extra time. And it'll be incomplete. He got on the move trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find a man. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Bought a little time, lets it go. Incomplete pass, and the defense comes up big, and they take over.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking downfield on 1st down. Working that left side. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, it's a nice job snagging that pass. Miami has a tradition of Heisman Trophy quarterbacks. I get that, but guess what? If you're going to win Heisman Trophies, you're probably throwing to very talented wide receivers. Let's not forget about all the great receivers the Hurricanes have had as well. And they've got a special group this year. This guy right here is one of those dudes. He can beat you one-on-one with his speed, and he has really, really good hands as well.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. With the catch, it's Richardson. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the 1st down.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line. Good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
To the air on 1st down. Rushes on him. Lets it fly deep downfield. And that ball is intercepted at the goal line.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Finds a crevice and picks up 5 out to the 8.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Back to pass. It's complete to the right. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Man, and we're seeing the tight end used more and more in the passing game. You see him moving inside. You see him moving outside. You see him moving in the box to block people. So here they put him in the slot and just have a nice little pitch and catch session.
They're backed up just a little. 1st and 10 from their own 19. Trying to make that rush fake on the draw play here. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Moving out of the pocket. On the run, fires downfield. Complete to the left. That'll be good enough for a 1st down. They'll mark it at the 30. Really good patience and recognition. And how about the tight end just finding a hole and settling and waiting until the quarterback saw it?
And the play completely changes. Once my QB gets outside the pocket, I got to see it, and I got to start working towards him, or if I'm near him working away, nice job being on the same page, getting the first down.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Great place to start for this offense. Wants to go up top on first down. A shot toward the end zone. And he's in for the touchdown, but hang on just a second. There is a flag on the field. Offense gets set for second down. Looking to fire. Unleashes one deep. And it's an incomplete pass on the deep shot, but the flag is down. Let's check the call. Just a little too much there, a little too handsy, and they nabbed them for the defensive holding penalty. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty.
Timeout, Miami.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. Just had a solid pickup on first. Now let's see what they've got on second down. His junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. The Hurricanes are in the hurry-up. To the air, it's St. Clair. Under fire. He's going to run it. Inside the 15. He's stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11.
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. Then it's the next play that you have to play instead of this just the original pass. So defense has got to do a better job of keeping that guy in the pocket.
Here comes the heat. Cannot get away. It is a huge sack, and I can't imagine what he was thinking on that play. And the Hurricanes with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Back to pass on second down. Using his legs to buy some time. He's in open space downfield. Not quite able to turn that corner and get it to the house. He's out of bounds at the 8.
Well, I think you're seeing a lot of resiliency from this quarterback these last couple of plays. Got sacked on first down. It's second in California. And that last scramble, I know it didn't get the first, but it at least makes this third down a whole lot more manageable now. Let's see if he can make a play here and keep his offense on the field.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Might be looking to run. Going for 6. Throw to the end zone. It's picked off. And the pass interference. Penalty is costly, wiping out the turnover. We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. On the direct snap, it's Patterson. And they get nothing. The ball remains at the 2-yard line. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat's going to give them a different look. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on third here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
On the direct snap, it's Mitchell. Touchdown, Cade! And they take it in for 6 more points. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Wants to throw on first down. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Fires to the middle. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
And that's a really good job by this defense being dialed in. You got a big lead. You know exactly what's coming. This offense is going to have to make some explosive plays down the field. They were ready, they were disciplined, and made a good play on the football.
Moving out to the right. Throwing on the run. And the ball is caught. He's inside the 35.
And that is such an accurate throw. It's one thing to do it from the pocket when you have your feet set underneath you, but when you can get outside, off schedule, on the move, and throw a dart like that, that is just big time, and the offense gets a huge explosive play.
There he goes. And he'll skip his way out of bounds after a short gain, making sure he doesn't take any unnecessary punishment.
And because of the success this quarterback has had early in this game running the football, if I'm the coordinator calling plays, I'm dialing up his number more. Design runs, and also telling him on the sidelines, hey, listen, remember, if it's not open, take off. Just go get it yourself. They don't have an answer for you right now, and this is a big key for us to win this game.
To the air on second down. Looking to buy time. And he just chucks it into the 4th row.
I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. And in the final seconds of the first half, they'll send out the field goal unit. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. That'll trim the deficit to 15. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. We're just about ready to start the second half. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring drive.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here would be huge.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Using his feet to buy time. Connection to the right. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, third down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win, and gets a good release, gets down the field. You see,
can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
Well, the defense knew coming into the second half here they were going to have to crank up the pass rush, right? They've got the lead. They're going to be seeing this quarterback drop back. How can you affect him? You've got to win up front one-on-one and get home, and they did there on third down.
On the move, it's Green. Can't get him to the ground. And he's wrestled to the ground.
Well, the defense may have been caught off guard a little bit on that play. It was second and long. They weren't expecting the run. So now we've got third and manageable, and they've got to be wondering to themselves, this offense going to try to run the ball again?
Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. To the ground to try to move the chains. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down.
And this is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
The Rebels have this offense rolling. Looking to throw on first down. Here he goes breaking the pocket. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lick.
Well, it's a really nice job of the offense mixing it up on this drive. We've seen some nice plays throwing it, and how about that one running it too? Great push up front.
Looking to throw on first down. Starting to feel a little pressure. He's going to sling it into the heart of the field. Throw to the end zone, picked off. Finally brought down. What a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking for room, it's Patterson. Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
And he'll just get rid of that one.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw away.
Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Quarterback making checks. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Complete to the right. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on 3rd down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
He's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him, he'll make those contested catches.
The Canes now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Trying to find his man in the middle. Makes the grab on the big throw. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22.
And that is a big-time play for the offense. The defense knew coming into this game they had to keep this guy bottled up and keep him in the pocket. That didn't happen there. He was able to buy time, extend the play. Receivers are in scramble drill mode. He finds a guy. He's accurate, off schedule, and the defense now has to do a much better job keeping this guy contained, or they are going to get lit up just like that.
Man, it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the freaks and we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it.
Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Miami! And the pummeling has started.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, the score is 28-6. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Purdue is in front. They've led for most of the way. However, Purdue, Pete, isn't exactly putting this one in the win column just yet. They're up by 6 over NC State. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run play action. Got it in the middle. It's Porter. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a 1st down. Oh, he's got a chance. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Rebels can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Handoff to the single running back. Turning it on. Ball is loose. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
When you start to get that offense going and start having success, you got to make sure when you get closer to the scoring range, I take care of that football. If you don't, coach is going to go, you on the sideline, you in the game.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Fires downfield. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He's brought down, but what a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. The Rebels have pushed it inside the 20. Back to the ground game on the left. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Wants to fire on second down. Now improvising. Fires into the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Ole Miss. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. And the returner goes down. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Lining up in the wildcat. Let's see what they've got. On the direct snap, it's St. Clair. Oh, does he turn that loose down the middle. Makes the grab deep. It's a seam wide open. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Hurricane.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Makes the grab, gets the foot down. Just precision execution on that big play. They'll need to show urgency to get another play off before the clock hits 0. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. Breaks into the open. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period. We've reached a break, and Miami is holding on to the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. They'll move the tight end. The give from the gun. Plows through the defense. They get him on the ground, but not before he drives it to the 10-yard line.
One of the things you love about this running back is his physicality. He's got great size, and because of that, he can wear defenses down. Those 2, 3, and 4-yard gains in the first and second quarter, they become big gains late. Guys don't want to tackle him, and you're seeing that now.
He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They send the tight end in motion. Got it in the middle. It's Bradley. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
I like that big, reliable security plan. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
Quarterback run is part of their game plan. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this stop.
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't...
Touchdown, Rebels! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open, and he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Now to make sure this kickoff team covers properly to pay off that last scoring drive. Fielded in the end zone. It's Patterson. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give him a different look. On the snap, it's Carr. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound. No matter who gets the football, we're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
Takes a hit as he fires. Finds a soft spot in the middle. Really good job making a play, getting it out to the 24 and moving those chains. It's first down from back at their own 24-yard line. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Oh, he's got some space. And he gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. And the Canes will have it first and 10. Might as well give it to him again. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
A really good play by this defense, seeing it, attacking it, going and getting it. Obviously, they're running the RPO. They weren't fooled. They played the run, came up, made a nice tackle, got the running back on the ground.
The officials stopped the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Sends it back in motion. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Big third down for this defense. Listen, you've got to get the ball back. You know what they're doing. They're trying to run the football, but we need the clock to be on our side so our offense has some time. Got to make a stand right here on third down.
Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. They were counting on making a few yards after the catch on third down. Instead, they're staring at fourth.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times you trust your guy. You throw it to him and you say, I can make somebody miss or lower my shoulder and get to the sticks. The defense had none of that. Nice job tackling. Nice job forcing the fourth down.
On fourth down, they'll throw for it. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. Desperately wanted to convert on fourth down, but couldn't do it. Looking downfield on first down. He'll pull it down and run. Got out of trouble and throws. Zings it complete to the right. Makes the stop at the 35-yard line. They rip off 15 yards on that one, and they are rolling. They'll snap it on first down from the 35. To the air on first down. Bringing the heat. And complete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
Shoved out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 15-yard line, and this offense is doing work. Down to the 16-yard line. It's first and 10. Now from inside the red zone. Here's the pressure. They get him out of bounds right at the 5-yard line, and that one might have saved a touchdown. And the Rebels line it up with a 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Now he's going to break the pocket. Touchdown, Ole Miss! And here they come, almost all the way back.
And that sure feels like too little, too late. This offense, they needed to score and execute faster, but there's not enough time to me, man. This feels like this one's over. Yeah, and the defense comes up with the stop, and you just wonder, the analytics world and all that stuff, that whatever the card says to do, you're supposed to do. I wonder if they were listening to that card.
That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time, when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.